Today I'm making strawberry-filled chocolates. I'll put the utensils list and the ingredients on my video. You can pause it, write them down, and then we'll get started. Ideally, we want a strawberry that is about the right size to put in our candy mold. And so, I'm going to cut the tops off. We'll put those aside and we'll make enough to fit in all of these molds. As I'm cutting and preparing the strawberries, I want to check them and see if that size is right, if that will allow enough room for the chocolate around it and for the strawberry inside. And this is a bit too large, so I'm going to take the size down a bit. This size strawberry is just about perfect. When we reduce the size of the berry, it's best if we remove the white interior so that we can keep all that nice flavor that's in the red exterior. And that way we can fold it and shape it and it will fit inside of our candy mold. We have our strawberries all prepared and we'll put them in the refrigerator and let them stay cold while we get our chocolate shells ready. I like to use Merkin's dark chocolate. This is another ingredient that I get from the farmer's market in Hagerstown. And I've measured out a little over a cup. Put that into a Pyrex glass and we're going to melt it and then we'll fill the shells. I melted the chocolate wafers for 30 seconds in the microwave. They're not yet melted. One thing that you need to keep in mind is you never want water to get into your chocolate. It will seize. So you want to make sure that that Pyrex container and any utensils that you use don't have any water on them at all. This is what our chocolate looks like after melting in the microwave on high for two 30-second intervals. You can still see some pieces of chocolate in there, and if you can, just keep stirring it until they melt. If not, you can pop it back in the microwave for just maybe 10 seconds at a time, but you want to try to avoid overheating it. So at this point, I'm pretty happy with how the chocolate has melted. I'm going to watch it as I pour it in to these great bottles that have a top that you can cut down to size as needed. So I want to watch for any kind of a large piece of chocolate that might get stuck in the lid. At this point, I just start rolling and rolling, and if necessary, before it hardens, I add more chocolate. Sometimes as you roll, it will overrun the mold, but that's okay because it's a nice silicone mold, and we can always remove that before or after the chocolate sets up. As I'm rolling the chocolate, I occasionally will gently coax some of the chocolate out of the middle to get it onto the sides. Before the chocolate's completely set, I like to go around the mold and see if there are any areas, like here, where we want to thicken up the walls of that candy. Before the chocolate gets too set, I like to go around and gently, because this is a silicone mold, I don't want to scrape it, but just gently take off any of the edges here while we can. And then we're going to let it set up for a bit, maybe 15 minutes. You can put it in the refrigerator, but you want to avoid any extremes of temperature with chocolate. That can lead to bloom. I find that happens more often with milk chocolate, but with dark chocolate you still have to be concerned about it too. So it's okay to pop it in the refrigerator for a minute or two, but just don't keep it in there for very long. I like to put the strawberry jam in another bottle. You could use just a small teaspoon and spoon this out, but I think this is very handy. And I also like to remove some of the large pieces of strawberry before I do this. And then we put on the top that's been cut down. And it's a lot easier to use it. Alright, we've got our chocolate setting up. And now comes the time to fill them with the strawberries. So if we've cut correctly, we'll be able to fit these in nicely. I'm going to go ahead and go around and do all of them, and then we'll get to the next step. So we have each of our chocolate shells filled, and I'm now going to take some strawberry jam. I did pop this in the microwave for about 10 seconds. I just want to add a little bit of jam here to each of them. I'll go around and do that, and then we'll go to the next step. Alright, we've added the jam to all the chocolates, and at this point I'm going to pop them in the freezer for just a few minutes just to let the jam set. While our jam was setting, I made up another bottle of chocolate, and now for our final step, or next to final step, we're going to fill each cup with chocolate. Alright, we've filled each one of our shells with chocolate. I'm just going to tap it lightly, and then we'll let it sit for a bit at room temperature to set up. Our candy is set up. I like to pop it in the freezer for just a minute or two. Sometimes that helps us to get the candy out of the mold more easily. So we're going to give that a go. They may not all come out at the same time, but eventually they will. So there you have it, strawberry filled chocolate.